Good morning, coaches. We are live. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? It is Sanae Floyd here, business breakthrough coach and sales mentor. Got my morning coffee. So how are you doing, guys? So if you saw my live stream yesterday, you saw that I was bitten by the visibility fear bug, which was quite interesting after all these years. So someone commented saying, oh, maybe you're having growing pains. And yeah, that's very possible. These things are always going to accompany the journey of growth. So, but I feel fully back and in alignment. So today I wanted to put an invitation to you. I also want to talk to you about playing small in your business. And the question that I have is, how would you know if you've outgrown your coaching business? What does it even mean to play small? We hear this a lot. You might even be feeling like, I'm playing small. But what does that even mean? Because, when I think about playing big, and for me, I'm I'm an introvert and I'm pretty much a hermit. And so for me, playing big does not mean like kind of, that masculine energy, beating my chest, wanting to like, snowplow my way through, life. It's about just being very much connected and in alignment with my mission, my passion. So have you outgrown your coaching business? So the most obvious sign, as I've just said, is in how you feel. And that is that you feel like you're playing small, and when you look at your business, when you look at your journey over the past sort of year or two, or however long you've been in business, you feel like very little has changed in spite of your continuous inner work and all of those outer efforts. You feel frustrated because when you look, you think, I've had these blips of success or little kind of, moments, but when I come back to where I am now, it's like nothing really has changed. So you may feel like you're wading through treacle, or you feel like you're caught up in a cycle of, same old. Your business is starting to feel really draining. And I was talking to somebody yesterday and they were saying, it's like this emotional roller coaster of like highs and lows, and it is emotionally and mentally draining. It's exhausting. But when you feel like you're in that place of being in this cycle, this loop of not really being able to create change, it can feel really scary because it's you feel like, well, if you feel like you're drained, you don't have that passionate energy, and that's scary because it's that passionate energy that is that mountain moving energy, the thing that got your business off the ground in the first place. Everything you've accomplished up till now has been driven by an energy of passion. So without that energy, without that passionate energy, without that feeling of being in complete alignment, anything you do, any action you take will feel like you're pushing a boulder uphill. And you probably can relate to this. Everything you do feels like it's effort, it's hard work. You're second guessing everything, doubting yourself, and you can't make a decision if your life depended on it. Maybe you start something and then immediately you doubt yourself. Was it the right thing to do? And so you're drawn to start something else. And so there's this constant sense of kind of flip-flopping about, not really having that clarity and conviction in your action taking. And, I've seen from experience, you can wind up having all these projects, all these courses, even books, just clogging up your environment, both your inner environment and your outer environment, because you feel like you're seeking answers. You're constantly searching for that relief, that peace of mind, that missing piece, which ultimately is that energy of passion. So if you're reading this, if this is hearing this, if you're reading this, if you're hearing this and it is resonating with you, then what I want to say to you is that in that place where you feel like you're playing small, the answer is that you are being called to up level. That's it. You are being called to your next level, because ultimately nothing will change unless you change. So you might be saying, well, that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to change. I've been trying to, continue doing all this work. But what we're talking about here with true change is you must change your energy by changing your state of consciousness. So if you feel like you're going back to, maybe you've raised your rate. So let me just talk about some scenarios that you might be able to relate to. Maybe you've started doing something like paid ads, or you've raised your rates. That's a big one. You've raised your rates, or you've evolved your messaging, but suddenly everything's stopped. You feel like you've hit a wall. It's not working. So you panic. Because what was working before, suddenly, you've tried to evolve and it stopped working. So you start backpedaling, you start second guessing, overthinking. And as you do that, what you're trying to recreate is from a past level of thinking. You're creating from a past state of consciousness. So in that action taking, that backpedaling, that overthinking, that feeling like you want to kind of pull back, that's you seeking safety in what is known to you. But that's not where you're being called to. Your soul is calling you forward. So the fear is making you want to recreate from a place of like safety because it's known. And the unknown is too scary, but the unknown is what you're being called to. So there's the expression, what got you here won't get you there. And this is another part of what makes it scary, because you can't create, or you can't expect to create new results and next level success with the old ways of being and doing. Now, let's honor the old ways of being and doing because they got you this far, but you're being called to more. And that's why there's that real discomfort that accompanies this feeling that, I'm playing small. You've got to raise your consciousness. So if you think about why it feels so scary, it's not only that you're going into the unknown, but we have a conditioning that is characterized by the idea that in order to be successful, you have to work hard, you have to push, you have to hustle, you have to make sacrifices. And so you did. And in your working hard, you're hustling, your long hours, burning the candle at both ends. In doing that, you got here. So it serves you. It served you to this point. However, now with every fiber of your being is resisting going to your next level, because your old programming is saying, oh my God, if it took that to get here, oh my God, I'm too afraid of going there because I'm going to burn out. Because, your subconscious mind is protecting that part of you that believes the success I've created so far took such hard work. How can I possibly get more of what I want without killing myself, without burning out? So it's the conditioning that we have about working hard is the only, path to success. So the truth is nothing changes unless you change. So what's the starting point? How do you begin to change? Well, it's really simple. It's probably right in your face, and that's why we don't see it. We kind of seek solutions in all these ethereal or radical ways. But the simplest thing to begin to create the change is to make a decision. Make a decision. A decision that says, I am done. I am stepping up. I'm drawing a line in the sand. And the universe cannot support you when you are undecided. The universe is wanting to cooperate and co-create with you. But when you're undecided, you make it impossible for that to be the case. When you're undecided, you're flip-flopping like a fish out of water. You're chopping and changing your mind, going this way, then going that way. There's nothing that can, that the universe can say, right, we're doing this now. And it wants to support you. So every time you make a decision, albeit a non-negotiable one, the universe will like, oh, we're going this way now. Oh, she's going that way. He's going this way now. It's this constant flip-flopping about. So once you make a decision, And let me just backtrack. The other thing about a decision, when you're undecided, you've got one foot in the I want to go forward camp, and you've got one foot in the I'm going to not go forward, I'm going to stay where I am camp, or which route am I going to take? In that place of indecision, that's where all the fear and doubt is. That's where fear and doubt lives. When you are decided, you know what it's like. When you've made a decision, oh my God, nothing can stop you when you've made a true decision. But in that place of indecision, that's where all the fear and doubt is. So once you step up and make a decision, a no nonsense, non-negotiable decision, the universe moves mountains just for you. And I know you know this is true because you've experienced it. Anytime you've made a scary decision and you acted, you know, to coin a corny cliche, but it's born out of wisdom. It's a cliche because it's true. Anytime you've made that leap and made a really scary decision and stepped forward, the ground rose to meet you. Nobody died. You did it. You made progress. So if this is resonating with you, if you are feeling this, then I have an invitation for you, a special invitation, because I know your coaching business means the world to you. And I know that you're passionate about helping others transform their lives, sharing your message with the world. You're also passionate about growth, creating a business that provides you with the security and freedom for yourself and your family and all of that, the pride that brings. So what could you accomplish in the next 12 months if you made the decision? If you made a decision to accomplish something, what could you accomplish in 12 months? And what if you had an expert coach by your side, week in, week out, helping you, holding your hand, helping you to up level past your old conditioning? A coach to work with you, to align your mission with your message, to attract your next level client. I'm talking about the clients who will happily pay you premium for your specialist services. To have somebody working with you to coach you past your blocks so you can shift the needle on your business a full 180 from a place of ease and grace. So what could you accomplish in the next 12 months that would change your life forever? What mountains would you move? So while all the time, and I'm asking you this, while all the time feeling supported and held accountable as you take consistent aligned action and operating from your zone of genius and from a place of a state of high consciousness flow. And of course, as you're doing that, new focus gains traction, success builds on success, and your life and business progresses with a crazy momentum. And at each up level, this is my invitation, at each up level as your coach, I will help you navigate through them with grace and ease. So I have created a 12-month premium level coaching and mentoring program, which is called the Coach's Business Accelerator. It is a unique immersion, a unique blend of the psychology and the strategy for your ascension to greater success in your coaching business. And, you know, I've been in this business this is my 8th year in my own coaching business. Prior to that, I was 17 years in helping sales professionals increase their sales as a sales manager, mentor, and coach. So my strategy and psychology background, as psychology is, I have a degree in psychology, but that background is what creates this unique container for you to create that level of transformation. And as I was saying, I've been in my business for 8 years. And I've worked with coaches at different stages. And what I have found is that I can work with somebody for 3 months, and that's great. We have great results. They start to attract their first handful of paying clients, or they hit their first 5-figure month. Once that 3 months is done, they're happy, they go. And then all of a sudden they hit an up level. Because in those first few months, you're ready, you're taking that action, you feel unstoppable. But after a period of time, you're going to hit that next up level. And that's why I've created this to be a 12-month container, so that as you're growing and taking that swift action and that you're accelerating your growth, you always have that support to navigate each up level as it comes and move through the blocks. I've just had a client who last year she was getting consistent 5-figure months, and then she hit a 14,000 month in November, and then suddenly felt like the universe had pulled the plug. It wasn't the universe had pulled the plug, it was she'd hit an up level. And so we've been working through that, and now she's raised her rates and she's getting paid even more for her services, and she's back in that momentum. So had it not been for the support she had during that period and saying, what's going on? I've not signed a client for 4 weeks now. What's going on? We were able to swoop in and say, right, this is what is going on, and support that up level. So this is really important. This is, if you're ready to really unhook that kind of invisible bungee rope that keeps pulling you back into default ways of thinking and default ways of doing, and you want true cellular level transformation, then my invitation to you is into the Coach's Business Accelerator 12-month immersion. And like I said, the unique blend of the strategy and the psychology for success. Doors are opening in April, but if you make a quick decision, you'll have additional time with me in the interim to dial into how we can increase sales for you immediately. So as I said, doors are opening in April for this program. It is transformation. It is transformational container. So I'm going to put a link below in the comments if you want to just find out more. Book a call with me, or you can private message me on this platform. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.